I have been watching Ghost Adventures my entire life. I love Ghost Adventures. Now, I consider myself a skeptic. I don't 100% believe that every ghost encounter is real. But, there's some interesting stuff out there, and I have had an experience or two which left me questioning things. So I just love Ghost Adventures. And today, I was watching some Ghost Adventures for the first... Oh, there's a ghost moving my curtain. Or the window's open, probably. Today, I was watching some Ghost Adventures, and I saw what is, to me, the most intriguing episode I've ever seen. And I've watched a lot of it. So we're going to be watching, I believe it's season 21, episode 4. What's it called? Panic in Amarillo. Panic in Amarillo, something like that. Great episode, but not for the reasons you might expect. There's a dog barking outside. I hope you can't hear him. It's fine. I'm just going to channel my inner Zach Bagans. I already always wear black. I'm already wearing my cap, but because they always wear sunglasses. Doesn't matter the time of day, time of night. He's always got to wear his sunglasses. So I'm going to channel my inner Zach Bagans. And also, this is something a little different, but I mentioned recently that I want to do more React content, and I've watched this today, and it inspired me. So sit back, relax, and let's watch the Panic in Amarillo.
It burned the hair off my chest.
Now our 3-year-old has started getting scratched.
I'm really upset. I'm angry.
Really nasty negative energy.
I hate living like this.
We cast thee out every unclean spirit.
Now it's just us, so take your best shot.
Show us that you're here.
Come on! Don't you want to mark one of us?
Intriguing, right? That's how it starts. They're like a house call. There's always something interesting and something special when they do like a house call, where people that are being traumatized, being terrorized by some sort of entity, ghost, demon, whatever. I'm gonna play devil's advocate a little bit here. A lot of people think that the Ghost Adventures crew and every Ghost Adventures people or Ghost Adventures type thing, investigator, paranormal investigator, knows that what they're doing is fake. I'm gonna step over the line to the dark side for a second, and I'm gonna say that sometimes I believe that these guys genuinely do believe in this stuff. 100% they do believe. Do they go a little YouTuber mode sometimes when something happens? Yes, it's part of the job. If they didn't, I'd be more surprised. Do they find evidence where there isn't any? Like just, I don't know, a bird flying in the window, an animal in a forest? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. But they're trying to make an entertaining show. But through all the stuff that happens, there's some things where it makes me wonder, like, if it is faked, and I'm not saying that it isn't, or that it is, that it's production involved and the guys investigating, they don't know, and they genuinely feel like something's going on. So devil's advocate, that's my opinion. Yes, they exaggerate. Yes, they hear the weirdest shit in EVPs where there is nothing weird to be heard, and yes, they're a bit much, and Zach's a dick, but we're all a bit of a dick sometimes. So I'm gonna get back to it. I'm gonna let it go a bit further, and we'll keep checking in.
We were going to be investigating another entirely different location that we prepared for with research and everything. We canceled that today because we got the call about this last night. That's how critical this situation is. 4 kids, the 2 sons, can't live in the house anymore because of this entity. They need desperate help.
Oh, yeah. They also say there's 4 kids. 2 of the kids can't live in the house anymore because of the entity. But when they start interviewing everybody, there's only 1 kid, and they say the other 3 kids don't stay there anymore. So a little inconsistency, but who am I to judge? Oh, also the owner's dogs run away. They get spooked as they pull up, and the owner's dogs run away. So yeah, you don't need to see that.
Janella and her husband Jason can't escape this house due to financial hardship.
How many children do you have?
We have 4 total.
How many live here in the house?
Only 1 lives here full time because our other 3 are scared of this house.
So they told us 2 don't live in the house. they have 4 children. She says, no, 3 of them don't live with us. 1 lives in the house. We also hear that they live in this house because of financial what did they say? Money not here kind of situation. Sad situation. Absolutely incredibly sad situation. I grew up in a not a well-off situation, so I can sympathize. I can understand. We'll go more.
My 2 boys both insist that there's a bad man that lives in our house. There's a specific room in our house that none of the kids will sleep in because they say the bad man is there. He talks to them and says things like he's going to kill them.
The bad man says this to your son?
Yes.
Bad man says things to the son. Bad man threatening to kill the children. This is, again, truly an intriguing episode.
And the boys are not the only ones who have seen the bad man.
There is a thing that I have seen since I was little. It seems as though it almost comes to me as a warning that something bad is about to happen.
What does the entity look like?
He has dark, stringy hair, and you can see on his face he's got a symbol that looks like it's burned into his face.
What type of a symbol?
It's kind of like a cross, but instead of being just 2 straight lines, it's got a circle at the top, but it's upside down. And anytime he tries to tell me something, you can smell burning flesh, and it starts to bleed.
Scary stuff, right? Right, so far. Intriguing as hell. Basically, it's the ancient Egyptian Ankh thing. It's this thing. You know, this one is like the upside down cross with a little loopy loop. It's kind of like a tie, but upside down. So that's this thing that she's been saying, and her description sounds scary, right? Scary stuff. We don't. It doesn't sound like a good time at all. Not something you want to deal with.
I asked Jason about the effect of all of this on his relationship with Janella.
We've had some, what I would call knockdown dragouts after the scratching started on her. That's when I really noticed things were kind of getting out of hand. She would be fine one minute and just some trigger and she would blow up. And it would be like totally out of character for her.
I'll slam doors or I'll throw things.
No explanation.
No explanation.
It just hits you.
Yeah.
So Janella is clearly the target, right? She gets angry. Also, I had to leave in the shots of her just seeming like a villain in a really bad horror movie. Of just like the zoom ins, like the ones you saw them. This isn't the sort of thing you ever want to see or hear about, right? It seems scary. Very intriguing so far, right?
So you're stuck in this house. You can't leave financially. This is destroying your children. This is destroying relationships. This is destroying your family to be together, right?
Yes. I actually, things got so bad that I attempted suicide a few months ago. Because I didn't think I could live with this anymore. I was getting scratched nearly nightly. Something is coming to me in my dreams. And I was waking up with horrible night terrors.
What do you want? What do you want from us? I don't want to just...
I want to be rid of this. I want to have peace of mind in my house. I want my kids to feel safe staying with me. I want our family back together.
Tragic. Again, I keep cutting it off to add in, but this is how I make this fair use. And also, I want to weigh in. I want to give my own opinions and my own thoughts on things. Right? It sounds terrible. It sounds sad. They're terrorized and they just need help. They just need this thing eradicated. Need some closure, some comfort. Also, if there's other Ghost Adventures, because I'm a huge Ghost Adventures fan. If there is another episode that you think you want to see, and I would do it. I'd be so happy to do it. So let me know. Let me know if there's another episode you want me to do or something else. I enjoy this sort of stuff. I watch it all the time. I mentioned it recently in a video, and I'm finally doing it because I saw this and it sparked my. I want to make a video on this sort of thing. So, yeah.
Do you have any explanation, any reason as to why you think that this evil force is there doing this to her and her family?
Now, for what I understood from her and a few other people that live around, there was a really bad incident that happened in the house that caused a person's death.
I've heard stories on the house. I've heard that a little girl died out in the backyard.
So, they speak to a minister. Also, he's got something that happens to him, which it's coming up. That's like sort of stuff you only hear about in like The Exorcist and like the really like real demon possessing horror movie kind of stuff. He gets something like that. That's his testimony of what happens to him. But he talks about there being a death in the house. They speak to the father, who says that he heard about a little girl that died in the backyard. So there's death connected to the house, according to the minister and the father. Or is there?
After extensive research, we are unable to find any documentation to support these reports of deaths at the house.
Ha! Weird, right? There's this minister guy that's heard about people dying in the house. The dad has heard about a little girl dying in the backyard. He was also super nervous when he was talking about it. But, you know, this doesn't mean anything. This doesn't mean a damn thing. Maybe it's just like urban legend. It doesn't necessarily mean anything, right? That doesn't mean this should be taken any less seriously. This is still a haunting. This is still a family being terrorized and just pulled apart at the seams. They need help.
Aaron and Billy meet with Tanya Trimble, who says she was scratched in the house.
This is Bill.
I was actually sitting on the couch, and they were talking about the things that had happened.
The couch over here?
This couch over here.
Okay.
And I felt a burning sensation on the back of my neck.
Oh, wow.
We pulled my hair back, and there was a good scratch that went across the back of my neck, kind of lower back. And I was
You
like,
got scratched.
I got scratched.
While you were talking about it.
While we were talking about it, yeah.
Also, this lady needs a lesson in anatomy. She got scratched at the back of her neck. They had to move her hair, but she was scratched at the back of her neck, lower back. Those are two very different situations. Like, back of the neck is not the lower back. And this, maybe I'm the idiot. Maybe I didn't really do biology. I dropped it in 9th grade. Maybe I'm the idiot, but that doesn't make sense to me, lady Tanya, if that's even your real name.
Did anything happen to you personally?
Yes. I was left with a huge bruise that basically covered right here, and you could count finger marks.
Are you kidding me?
No, and it burned the hair off my chest.
What?
I had to actually put burn medication on my chest when I got home.
Scary, right? Right. So we have Janelle, the mother that's been scratched. Or Janella, I don't know which one it is. They kind of go back and forth with how to pronounce her name. The little 3-year-old daughter's been scratched. This lady got scratched so badly on the back of her neck that she forgot it was on the back of her neck and thought it was the lower back. And then this guy had exorcism level shit where he got burned in the chest and it burned the hair and left like scabs and stuff. That's like damn. Shit's serious, yo. But the mother is also clearly the main target of these attacks. So it's day 2 of the investigation. We hear that Gracelyn, the 3-year-old daughter, gets scratched on her back. They get sent video. I'm not going to put video of somebody else's 3-year-old child on YouTube. I know it exists on the Travel Channel, so I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not going to do that. I mean, it might be unavoidable at a later stage, but, you know. But yeah, she gets scratched in the night on her back. Child's being attacked. Zach is angry. Visibly angry.
I'm angry. We head to the bedroom to do a pre-lockdown investigation.
She sleeps in this bedroom over here. And she sleeps right here, so you can plainly see that there was nothing on the bed that could have scratched her.
Is there something in this room? If you don't like us here, we're gonna prevent you from doing what you keep on doing to this family. We're gonna bring in the opposite power of you, and you're really gonna get pissed off.
Right, so they go to a bedroom once they arrive at the house, and after they get the little EMF spike, they go to the house to the bedroom where their daughter was scratched, and they conduct a little bit of an investigation just to see if they get any response. The results may shock you.
Let us see how you manifest. Do something right now. I noticed that Janella is showing clear signs of discomfort. You okay?
I just feel burning on my back.
Okay, hang on. Stay right there, please. Okay, where at?
Across my back.
Can I lift it up?
And another 3 scratches on Janelle. Right there, in front of everybody. She got scratched again while they're investigating. In front of everybody. shit's getting real. Shit's going down. This is real problem.
How often does that happen? Because I just saw that.
Every couple of months, they'll get real bad. There was one time that it actually broke skin, that the scratches stayed there for almost 2 weeks.
No offense to this house, but they don't seem like the sort of people that would just have a Polaroid camera on hand. Like, unless they're just very retro and that's the most modern camera apart. Not cell phone camera, not like using your phone or anything. They were like, quick, grab the Polaroid camera. Unless it's a production thing, which is then still kind of weird, because then they must have like printed out the photo and then taken a photo of the photo to put on a Polaroid just for dramatic effect or something. I don't know if that is a stylish choice by the production team, or if those are the actual photos. But yeah, when I saw that, I was like, it's kind of weird.
I am increasingly disturbed by what I am seeing in this house. Do you think she could be attacking herself?
I'm not sure. I've never really thought about it that way.
But I'm not convinced at this point that any kind of demonic entity is responsible.
Interesting. She's be getting scratched. Janella is the main victim. She keeps getting scratched, and they've now brought up for the first time the possibility that she's scratching herself. Other people are getting scratched too, so you know but they're not convinced. They also bring up a theory that maybe she is actually possessed. She's already possessed, and the demon within her is like, no, 3 fingers, because that's the mark of the Trinity. Scratch your back with 3 fingers. So these are the 2 options. Are they like, oh well, maybe it's not actually a demon, maybe it's something else, maybe it's fake. Or maybe she's possessed and the demon is making her scratch herself. At this point, I don't know what I believe. I don't know what you believe, but well, we're only halfway through the episode-ish.
As I become aware of some red flags in this case, I'm already on high alert for inconsistencies or contradictions. But with a 3-year-old child involved, I have to take that vigilance to another level.
So even Zach... This is one of the things that I think is most intriguing. By the way, quick break from everything from this episode specifically. This is something that I kind of appreciate about Ghost Adventures, and it's one of the reasons I believe that at least they think that everything they're capturing is real. Again, they over-exaggerate absolutely and embellish stories and make things sound much better or worse than they... Well, mostly worse than they actually are. But this is the most intriguing thing, is they do always try to recreate and debunk things. That doesn't necessarily prove a damn thing. You know, it could... I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I don't know the science of Polaroid and infrared and the little thing that shows a little skeleton guy sort of thing. I'm not a scientist. But they do try to debunk things. And they do try to prove when something is real, to the best of their ability, with the best of their knowledge, which is why I actually think that they're either the best goddamn actors in the world, or they at least believe that the things that they see and capture are real.
In our work, our primary obligation is to seek out and eradicate a demonic presence. But in that work, of course, there's You okay?
Something's happening.
You feeling something?
I've got that burning on my back again.
Can you show us?
All of a sudden, Janella once again feels something burning her back, so we immediately have her stand up to show us if there are any marks.
So, they're busy speaking to the priest. Suddenly, Janelle's got burning on her back again. Twice in one day, this demon's crossing the fucking line. He needs to calm his roll, slow his roll. He can only scratch so many times before he works his long-ass demon fingernails to the bone. This guy's got some issues. This demon guy's got some real problem. Just attacking her in front of a room full of people and priests? Ha! Little shit.
Yes.
Have the other ones faded?
Where are you feeling it?
So we see new scratches. The scratches from earlier are gone. It's a bit weird. I don't know. I guess they're not super deep. Maybe they just disappeared over time. It's not like breaking skin. But there we go. More scratches. Interesting. Oh. Here's where Zach makes an important analysis, and they try to debunk this a little bit. Again, this is one of the things I appreciate about this series, and appreciate about them. Jackson dick, don't get me wrong. He's a huge steaming pile of dicks. But he does at least try to debunk things, and they see... I'm just gonna keep playing. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk to you anymore for a sec.
And longer than what we witnessed during our interviews. However, they do seem to be located in the same area and are following the same outwards motion towards her side, which now raises a flag for me. And at this time, I ask Janella if she can take her right arm and see if she can reach the area where these scratches are, in order to rule out the possibility that she is doing this to herself.
Debunking evidence. She keeps getting scratched. It's always going in the same direction, same side of the back. She's most likely right-handed, like the rest of you boring-ass right-handed people. Lefties for the left-handed people for the win. I don't want to align myself politically. I don't know what the fuck that even means. Left-handed people for the win only. But I appreciate this, right? Clearly, earlier, scratch went to the right. This one goes to the right. She could be doing this to herself.
Can I have you stand up for a second? Can you just reach your arm back? Can you reach your back? I just want to make sure you're not doing anything involuntarily.
I can't bend more than that because I have...
Oh, wow. What happened to your shoulder?
I dislocated it.
Dum dum dum. Yeah, she's had dislocated shoulder, rotator cuff injury. I've had one of those. They suck. She can't reach that far back. Her arm just goes like, and that's about it. So clearly, the demon is also just right-handed. She can't be doing it to herself. Clearly, obviously.
It fractured the rotator cuff.
Okay.
So you can't go.
So I want to make sure you're not doing anything subconsciously, because sometimes demonic entities.
I can't
like
go
that.
further back than this.
Okay.
She can only make a chicken wing. That's as far as she can go. Just a little chicken wing. She can't go any further.
Conscious actions. Janella proceeds to show me a large scar on her shoulder where she had rotator cuff surgery, which she claims prevents her from reaching her arm back any further than seen here.
Fair enough. Fair enough. That could be it. That checks out, right? Nothing suspicious, nothing strange about this. Or is it?
However, during her earlier scratches with us in her bedroom the previous day, Aaron's video camera on his phone told a much different story. Seconds before Janella shows us her back, you can see her quickly reach her arm much farther behind her back than what she is telling us right now. Here is a split screen comparison of the footage. Now, I'm not saying that in this moment Janella scratched her own back, but it is our job as investigators to present all of the evidence that we are collecting in order to get to the bottom of what is going on with this family and to protect the safety of this 3-year-old girl.
I am. Zach's not saying she's scratching her own back. I am. I'm saying she scratched her own back. There's still 20 minutes left of this episode. She could still be possessed. It could still be a demon that's attacking her and making her scratch herself. We need to see. Maybe she's being a victim. Maybe this is the most intriguing episode I've ever watched, right? So you better stay tuned to see the shit that happens next, because stuff goes off the chains. People get dragged along the sea. No, not like that, but it's intriguing. Let's just keep watching.
So you're feeling it right here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And towards the lower back as well.
To the left or right?
To the right.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what she's seeing, and that's what she's feeling.
And it felt like a quick burn, or is it consistent?
No, it's consistent burning.
So now, with the investigation raising more questions about what is really going on here, is Janella scratching herself for attention, or is she suffering from some type of dark influence that's causing her to do these things subconsciously? You okay, Janella?
I hate this. I hate living like this.
So, they check on the daughter's back just to see if there's anything on her back as well, since she's also being attacked. And Janella pulls out this line that I think it actually matters.
You okay, Janella?
I hate this. I hate living like this.
So I think this line genuinely matters.
I begin to take EMF readings around Janella because if something did just scratch her, I would think I'd be able to pick up on the spirit and its energy attached to her.
A fair assessment. He checks for EMF.
Then I move it towards Bishop Brian and begin receiving this.
Getting that? Guys, we're getting some.
I'm not going to waste your time. He gets EMF around Bishop Brian. It's his mic pack. They find it's his mic pack. Debunked. They go back to the bedroom to do this little bit of exorcism sort of thing, just because that seems to be where everything is going down. Where everything goes wrong, all the problems are. Also, I completely forgot to comment on this earlier. Zach and the whole crew are in this people's home with respirators on. Zach is like, he always wears on because he's got like bad air quality and stuff like that. But the whole crew has respirators on. I'm pretty sure this episode is not pandemic related, or didn't come out around pandemic time. I guess house isn't in the best shape. Again, no hate, no, if people live in people live in different situations, people live in different ways, and no hate to them, but their house is kind of a disaster. Like, just Hurricane 16 puppies ran through the house, and they were like, well, shit, Ghost Adventures is coming, no time to clean. But, you know, if people come into your house and they have to wear respirators in your house, maybe it's a sign that you gotta clean up a little. No, throwing no shade, it's just, you know. Okay, we'll move on. So they try to exercise them. They do some sit-ups, crunches, they run 2 kilometers. Okay, no, the other exercise. They do all of that stuff. No reaction from Janelle or her daughter. No reaction at all. There's not a possession.
Oh, Jesus Christ, God. Protect his
How do you feel, Janelle?
I feel calmer. Almost like peaceful that I haven't felt in a long time.
My instincts are telling me that Janella does not have a demonic attachment or possession. However, I do believe that some people who are very vulnerable could be affected by a negative energy bound to a property or home. And I'm even unsure if this is even happening here.
So, let's look at the evidence so far. Janelle keeps getting scratched. Her daughter keeps getting scratched. The husband, he's chill. He's just living his best life. Just out there, I don't know, kicking ass, taking names. They don't sense anything with EMF right after an attack, which doesn't mean a damn thing, especially if you don't believe in ghosts in the first place. And again, I'm a skeptic, but I want to believe. I want to believe in this mystical world of ghosts and demons and stuff like that. It seems intriguing. Makes life more exciting. But they don't detect anything. There's no reaction from her. She's the only one getting scratched. She has proven that she can actually do more than just a little chicken wing. She can actually, you know, like basically scratch the back of her head. Well, maybe not that far, but she has more mobility. But that's all that they find. They don't really find anything else. And there's no feelings, there's no senses. Something that they bring up a few times in this episode, and it's something that they bring up in in other episodes as well, is they're sensitive. They feel energy in the air and stuff. And that's the sort of stuff that I'm like, you know, maybe it's a slow episode. They could just make shit up and pretend, oh no, there's stuff all around me and I'm so angry right now. I can pretend to be angry. I can pretend to be angry as well. Doesn't mean I'm angry. Doesn't mean I'm angry. I'm having a great time. I'm watching an intriguing episode. I'm having so much fun. But I can pretend to be angry if I want to pretend to be angry. And there's nothing you can do about that. You see? Anybody can do it. So, the feelings, I feel like this is not really evidence of anything, but even Zach is like, you know, I don't feel anything. I don't feel anything. But of course, the investigation continues. They haven't concluded the investigation yet. Maybe there's still some negative presence, some sort of oppressive presence in the house that's bringing things down. So the investigation continues. Janella is safe. Her daughter is safe. But is the house safe?
Right, have Bishop Brian and Sister Mary still do a blessing on this house to cleanse the atmosphere as a first step. But before we do this, I want to see if the guys and myself can document any evidence of demons or spirits in the house, with the family gone.
So they send everybody out. They send everybody away. And they decide that just the guys, just the bros, just bros being guys, hanging out in the house looking for ghosts as you do. You know, they still need to do their job. Document possible paranormal evidence. Spoiler alert, they find nothing. But there is this one really funny moment. At least I laughed. I chuckled a bit when I saw it for the first time. So Yes, so they'll leave Aaron in the house alone to do a bit of a spirit box session. But then they have the bright idea to send the priest back in.
Set this right here. Bishop Brian's walking in.
Who are you? Do you like us here? Is that what you want?
Hey, Aaron, I'm in here. Aaron.
I'm in there. Oh, God! What? Oh! Jesus!
Yeah, so Aaron doesn't hear the bishop walk in. He gets the bejesus get out of him. Also, they hear a growl. It's the toilet. It's the toilet. The toilet was just going, oh, it's just the toilet. In the end, they conclude that even though they didn't find anything, even though there was no real evidence, apart from scratching and testimonies, they still bless the house, and they be like, well, best of luck to your family. I, however, have a different theory. And it all comes back to Janella.
You okay, Janelle?
I hate this. I hate living like this.
You see, this family does have a problem. It does have an issue. It does have something. It's not a demon or a ghost, though. And this is only the second episode that I have ever watched. And I haven't watched all of it because I always forget how much I've watched. So then what I do is I watch like from the newest things backwards until I recognize stuff. And, well, that's why I'm on season, 21? Because I was like, well, I'll keep watching back, and I didn't see this one yet. So I was like, hey, cool, I finally found somewhere I haven't watched. This isn't a possession. This isn't a haunting. This is a family that is in the worst circumstances, right? They struggling financially, and there are some people out there, Janella, in this situation, who I believe, my personal humble opinion, I don't know, I can't prove or disprove anything, but in my humble opinion, she was caught lying about the mobility of her shoulder. Right, she's the only one getting scratched, and her daughter. Of course, they had these two other people, but who are they really? I think that her "I just hate this" is it is a cry for help, but it's a cry for help in the sense that they're in a bad situation. They're living probably in poverty or pretty close to the poverty line, and she's looking for attention. She's looking for that sweet Travel Channel money or Discovery Plus money. She's looking for a handout. She's looking for some sort of publicity, people to feel sorry, feel bad for her, and possibly donate and supply the family with money. This is my humble opinion. I could be completely 100% wrong. I don't know. I'm not perfect. I'm not a mentalist, I'm not a psychologist or psychiatrist, I don't know what, but in my humble opinion, this is the situation, or this is a case of a lady that is just tired of living the way that she does, and she wants things to change, and she's not going to change things by working. I mean, of course, that's not always within your control. I come from South Africa, poverty-stricken country, it's very difficult to find work, so I get that, but this is a lady who decided to fake a haunting to get these people over here with terrible news. Woman and her 3-year-old daughter being attacked by a ghost, being attacked by a demon. They kind of concluded that just because they didn't find evidence doesn't mean there's nothing there. I think that this is just a necessary conclusion to the story. Because if they say, well, shit, we got scammed. This lady asked us to come here to her normal-ass house and her family living in poverty because we want that sweet travel channel money, Discovery money, whatever the channel it's on. That's what I think it is. They had to conclude. They didn't want to look like the fools that were scammed into going to a house for no damn reason. We don't know the testimony people, but everything is hearsay. The scratches, as we saw, she could have done that for herself. But this comes to the other problem. If this mother is actually fabricating everything, and there is evidence of this, does this mean that she's scratching her own 3-year-old daughter for publicity, for attention, for money? I'm not saying that's what she's doing. I have no confirmation. I have no proof. But that's kind of fucked up. And that's not cool. Janella, if that's even your real name. But yeah, I watched this today, and immediately it stood out to me because first it is just an intriguing story, like shit. Mother and her young daughter being attacked, being harassed by a demon. This is intriguing, this is kind of cool, and usually these like house call episodes are really interesting because it's... And I'm playing devil's advocate, imagining in a mythical world where these things are real, there's real problems and there's a real issue and a real paranormal situation that needs to be resolved and fixed. And so I always enjoy them because it's sort of real people experiencing these things. And I think they got scammed. I think they fabricated everything. Maybe this minister that contacted them and spoke about these things, family friend. The other lady that got scratched in her neck, which is also apparently her lower back, family friend, who knows? The other 3 children that didn't participate, they maybe didn't want to participate in the lie, or I don't know. I don't want to hypothesize on that. I think this woman lied to maybe to her own husband and daughter, and to Travel Channel, and she just wanted attention and money. That's my opinion, and that's why this is one of the most intriguing episodes that I've ever seen of this. And I have seen a lot of Ghost Adventures. Let me tell you, I have watched so much Ghost Adventures because I enjoy it. It's intriguing, it's fun, and it does make me it does leave a lot of it's really stupid. I'm like, oh come on, of course that's fake, of course it's not what you heard. That spirit box wasn't a guy saying, oh, it was actually just a little piece of music. You can hear guitar in the background, or you can, a lot of the time you can hear like a radio personality voice coming out. No, my throat's too dry. I've been talking for an hour and 10 minutes, but you know, you can hear it's a presenter speaking into a high quality professional microphone on a radio station. But this one was a scam. They got scammed. And they didn't want to admit that they got scammed, because who wants to admit that you get scammed, especially when you run a channel with, what, 28 seasons, something like that? You don't want to admit that you got scammed by some lady who pretended to be attacked by demons. But that's it. That's it. This isn't my usual content, but I do enjoy these sort of things. And if you want me to react to more Ghost Adventures or other episodes, let me know. Please recommend an episode, even if I've seen it already. If you recommend it, it must be good. You got something interesting, a Ghost Adventures or similar, or any series, let me know, because I think I would have a good time just watching it and giving my own 2 cents. Maybe even watching something for the first time, because this I watched earlier today, and that's why I already had sort of talking points, things I wanted to mention. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you today. This isn't my normal content, but it's something that I do want to do more because I enjoy it. I enjoy watching it, and I just discovered and doing it now that I enjoy doing it as well. So yeah, subscribe for more of this stuff, because I'm going to do more because it's fun, and for the gaming content and vlogs and anything and everything else that I can and may and will do here. So... oh wait, I don't need to channel my inner Zach anymore. It's so bright in here. But that's it. Thanks for hanging out and for watching. Remember to like if you like, comment if you comment, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you again very soon with more Ghost Adventures and everything else I do here. So that's all I have for you today. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.